The Rock rose through the ranks of the wrestling world to headline WrestleMania. But once he reached the summit, where to next? Well, he chose to jump into the acting world. After a rocky start, he found his feet. Today, The Rock, or Dwayne Johnson, is one of the highest paid actors on the planet. With all that money rolling in, he's bound to have made some pricey purchases. Today, we're going to look at some of the priciest expenditures that The Rock has ever splashed out on. When a person is rich, often they'll start generating a car collection. But not just any old cars, only those of the rarest and most expensive variety. The Rock is no different in this regard. Over the years, he's owned a lot of them. For the premiere of his show Ballers, Johnson turned up in a Pagani Huayra. Its value is in the region of $1.3 million. However, due to his size, The Rock did struggle to get out of this supercar. Another car is his Ferrari LaFerrari in matte white. This gorgeous hybrid is worth around $1.5 million. However, The Rock's massive size came into play once again. He was unable to get inside the compact vehicle. It's clear to see from the photo just how much that hurts The Rock. The Rock also has a Rolls-Royce Wraith. It comes to around $320,000. Next up is the Ford F-150. The price of this beast can start from $50,000. However, Johnson's version is custom built. With that in mind, it could be one of the most expensive cars he owns. In 2019, Dwayne Johnson acted in 6 projects. He also produced 6 projects. On top of that, he has all the publicity and arranging deals for his brand. With that, Johnson would be traveling all over the world. Instead of buying a plane ticket, The Rock went a little further. At his disposal is a private plane. The plane is a Gulfstream G650. It has an estimated value of $65 million. The Gulfstream is one of the best private airplanes money can buy. In 2013, when it was released to the public, it was the biggest and fastest private plane on the market. Demand was so high that there was a 3-year waiting time for delivery. The G650 has a range of 8,000 miles. If it was traveling at its top speed, from London it could easily reach Beijing, China. At a slower pace from London, it could land at Buenos Aires, Argentina. Speaking of its top speed, it can reach Mach 0.925, which is nearly the speed of sound at Mach 1. Dwayne Johnson has tried his hand at property development. Allegedly, he bought and renovated at least 10 homes in Florida alone, all of which reach into the multi-million price tag. Yet there are some houses he's bought for himself. Take this property in Florida. Johnson splashed out $3.4 million on this stunning mansion. It has 6 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, a gym, a home theater, and a swimming pool. The whole property is around 100,000 square feet in size. He also bought a beautiful mansion in Richmond, London in the UK. Many other well-known celebrities have had homes in the same area, such as Tom Hardy, Richard Attenborough, Richard E. Grant, Rick Astley, and many more. The Rock's mansion has 9 bedrooms, a home theater, an indoor swimming pool, and an outdoor swimming pool, a tennis court, 5 reception areas, and a gym. The whole size comes out to about 3 acres. Living at the grounds is another celebrity, Rusty. This horse appeared in the Robin Hood film as well as the Oscar-winning Gladiator. In 2019, Johnson forked out a whopping $9.5 million for this property. It's stationed in Powder Springs, Georgia. According to reports, he was visiting an aunt in the area. Whilst in the vicinity, he felt that he had, quote, time to breathe. So he snapped up this property. It sits within a gigantic 46 acres of land. On the land is a 12-stool barn for horses. There's also an entire equestrian center and riding area. The Rock has always expressed his love of animals and nature, so it should come as no surprise that he also owns another farm in Charlottesville, Virginia. There, he also has an equestrian center, but this one is operated by Will Coleman. He's an Olympian in the field of equestrian. Beyond horses, Johnson also has a love of fishing. On the Virginia property, he has a massive lake that's filled with bass. The Rock has a habit of collecting a number of items. This time, we're looking at his watch collection. As a child, Johnson always wanted a Rolex. When he made a career out of being a wrestler for WWE, he decided to fulfill that childhood dream. He splashed out $35,000 on a Rolex. Since then, he's just added more to his collection over the years, one of which is the Panerai Luminar Submersible. This watch can go for as much as $23,000. It's said to be able to remain functioning at depths of up to 1,000 meters. He also has a Panerai Luminar Power Reserve Automatic Acciaio. This watch has a calendar and, as the name suggests, a power reserve indicator. It's usually priced at about $7,500. Sticking with his Rolex passion, Johnson also added the Rolex Sea Dweller into his watch treasures. This watch is said to survive water depths of up to 1,220 meters. It has a price of around $12,000. One of the passions he's most known for is his suits. Whenever Johnson is at a film premiere or an event, he can usually be seen in a stunning suit. Due to his massive size, each one of these suits is customized for the Brahma Bull. The cost of a custom suit varies. For normal custom creations, it can be between $800 to almost $2,000. However, for bespoke suits, the cost is higher. Bespoke suits use more luxurious fabrics and are considered one of a kind. An estimated cost for a bespoke suit is between $2,800 to around $5,000. In the US, the cost is usually around $3,000. However, in the UK, one shop has an estimated cost for a two-piece bespoke suit at £5,400, which is around $7,000. Considering the amount of suits Johnson is seen in, he must have spent at least $100,000 on his dapper wardrobe. Before becoming a successful wrestler and later an actor, The Rock turned his hand to American football. After he was released from the Canadian Football League, Johnson only had $7 in his pocket. Fast forward to 2012, Johnson co-founded a production company called $7 Productions. Creating a production company from scratch is expensive. Firstly, there is the film equipment to gather, which is worth thousands of dollars. But if that's too much, then there's the cost of an office, computers, insurance, editing equipment, marketing, and much, much more. $7 has been involved in 9 television programs that have been released so far, as well as 9 films, including DC's Shazam. They have 23 projects in development at this moment. To create a successful business such as this, Johnson would have had to plow hundreds of thousands of dollars into the company. The Rock is a big guy, like really big. His physique all stems from his wrestling days, when he was delivering a rock bottom to everyone. Due to this, he has remained passionate about keeping in tip-top shape. But when he's away from home for long periods, he takes a portable gym around. It's called the Iron Paradise. He travels around with a massive weight of 40,000 pounds of gym equipment. With a size like that, it requires several 18-wheelers to transfer the Iron Paradise across the country. Once it arrives at the location, it takes over 100 people to set it all up. It takes many hours to set up the Iron Paradise, as Johnson needs the equipment to be arranged in a particular way. Beyond all that workout equipment, there's also a fully stocked kitchen attached. The Rock begins his workouts at 5 a.m. every day. Once shooting the film is complete, it takes all that crew to dismantle it and put it back on the 18-wheelers. All of this makes that Iron Paradise very expensive. During his wrestling days, The Rock had a well-known catchphrase that's appropriate here. In order to keep his buff figure, The Rock needs to consume a lot of food. After all, he has to keep his energy up. For building muscle, protein is an especially important ingredient in this routine. The Rock is well known for his excessive cheat days. This is when he gets a break from his normal routine and does a little indulging instead. When he finished filming 2013's Hercules film, The Rock undertook a legendary cheat day. It consisted of 12 pancakes, 4 double-dough pizzas, and 21 brownies. On a typical day, Johnson consumes well over 4,000 calories in 7 meals per day. The recommended number of calories for a man is 2,500. Johnson is almost consuming twice as much food. But with his focus on bodybuilding, a lot of said food would be more nutritious, and thus more expensive. In 2015, it was revealed that Johnson ate over 800 pounds of codfish per year. At that time, that would have set him back $1,400 a year on just fish. In 2017, The Rock undertook a massive change to his image. For most of his wrestling career, the Brahma Bull tattoo on his right arm was a signature of his image. But after a long time, Johnson felt that it needed to change. He just made the design a lot more impressive. According to Johnson, it took around 30 hours to complete, the estimated cost of which is around $4,500. He also has a distinct design that covers his upper left arm and pectoral. It's a design that means a lot to him. It incorporates many elements of his Samoan heritage. The main themes are to show his love of his family, protecting his family, and his warrior spirit. In this design, we can see an image of the sun. This is meant to represent good fortune. There's also the Aga Fa'atasi. It means 3 in 1. It represents his love for his partner and daughter. The whole design was created in 2003 by Polynesian artist Poino Irondi. Johnson said it took a grueling 60 hours to complete, all of which amounts to what we can assume is a small fortune. And that's it. Which celebrity do you think we should do next? Pop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd really appreciate it. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and then we might do some more. Also, please share it to everyone you know. If you haven't already, remember to subscribe, and if you click that little bell, you'll be notified whenever we post some new content. Finally, thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.